Tuesday time. And yes, I did just make that up. But there's some things going around our team pages, themes going around, and I've been getting messages, and I get these messages actually like every month, usually about the same time. And I just want to bring light to it because I do think it's normal, but I also think it can make a negative impact on our business. So I want to bring light to it and maybe help you kind of change your mindset in how we think about this. So this is for those who are discouraged. I get this message a lot. I'm doing everything right. I'm doing everything you're telling me to, but no one wants to join my team. My team's not selling. No one's buying. I can't hit blue. I can't hit green. Whatever. Insert whatever. It has happened from girls who are working on yellow to girls who are working on black. It has happened myself. For instance, at Black Status Retreat, we're sitting there and I'm watching Derek reveal the level 2 and level 3, which was so exciting. And in that moment, I let a little bit negative Nelly creep into my brain, and I'm thinking, I'm looking at these numbers and I'm like, there is no way, right? There's no way. There's no way that can happen. And then I snapped out of it and I thought, you know what? I remember thinking that same thing before I hit yellow. I do. I remember sitting here thinking, $1,000 PRS? Are you kidding me? And then I got to it and I was like, wow, okay. And then I remember looking at pink and thinking, 2,000 company? Like, how? There's no way. And then green, 10,000? Are you kidding? Like, that's crazy. But here's the thing. I never verbalized that to my team. My team never knew I had any doubts. And I think that's the difference. So here I am sitting there listening to Derek, and he's explaining these levels, and negative Nelly comes in my brain, and here I am sitting next to Sherry Brown, who happens to be one of my best friends, and was one of the first 10 Black Status presenters, and was the first Black Status 1 presenter, and I'm thinking, are you kidding me? She was the reason that I thought that this could be possible to begin with. If it's happened to her, it's going to happen to me, but I can't compare her journey to mine. Her team is not mine. Her journey is not mine. If I were to sit here and compare with the other Black Status presenters, I will never measure up. There will always be someone better. Always. And in that moment, I'm just like, it just came to me. It is like this across the board. It is like this for everybody. I feel like I have a purple presenter who has come to me recently. What am I doing wrong? Why am I not black yet? And it's like, we've created this culture within our teams because we are in such a hyper-growth moment that we've created this culture that if we're not reaching a certain status or promotion fast enough or as fast as someone else, something's wrong, right? And I think we need to change that because you're not necessarily doing anything wrong. If you're doing what your sponsor and what your elite leaders are telling you to do, this business is simple. Book, sell, sponsor. I know people you say that all the time. You make it sound and look easy. It's not easy. It's hard work. And you have to do it, but you have to do it consistently. And you're going to run into periods of time where you're in a dry spell. That's sales. Your dry spell might be a few weeks. It might be a few months. I've gone 2 months now without adding anybody to my team, and now I have 3 girls who want to join. Just like that. Because I have been consistent in my actions. And I say this over and over, and you're probably like, I know. But it's the truth. It's absolute truth. And I will tell you what will separate the person who will fail in this business between the person who is successful is the person that can see the difference between the way you react to that situation. Because I see people say all the time, I'm tired of all the positivity. Like, I want to complain about something or there's something negative, and there's always those people that are like negative, and they don't want you to be positive. But a positive leader is who's going to be successful in this, because they're going to be able to see that dry spell and they're going to know to keep working, because on the other end of it is success, right? So say you're at pink, and then just clarify for a second again, the definition of success for each and every person in this business is different. There was someone who said to me that they were frustrated, they've done everything they could, you know, no one wants to join their team, they're not doing anything. I just looked them up on my downline. They're pink. They have 5 girls on their team. They have almost $5,000 in PRS. Who here would say that that's nothing? Anybody? Nobody's raising their hand. Because that is something that is incredible. You have the beginning of a team. You have potential. And here's the other thing about the team and the mindset. And this isn't this person, but this is something else that I hear a lot. My team isn't selling. My team isn't selling. I would have been green. I have 25 people on my team, but no one's doing anything. That's your first mistake. You're expecting them to do something for you. That's not how it works. If you are a true leader and you want to truly succeed in this business, you will be a servant leader. You are there to help them succeed, okay? And here's a secret. Most of those girls will not sell. Over half, I would say, are not going to sell. They might sell a little bit initially, and then they're not going to sell. Of those less than half of those will be steady sellers. And of those, maybe half of those will be your rock stars. I hit black when I had 26 girls on my team. I asked in the black group, you know, how many first level presenters did you have? Because I want to show you that it's not impossible, right? I want to show you that it's not impossible, but I also don't want you to get frustrated if you have 26 first level girls and you're not black yet. There's a difference. But I just want to show that it doesn't matter, really. It's that eventually you'll find those people who want to work, who want to sell, who want to recruit. You'll find your rock stars. You just got to keep going. So of my 26, half were active. Half were active that month, meaning half sold at least $125 or more. Of those half, 4 were elite. So 4 out of 26. In the black group, that number was all the way up to like 300 or 400. So anywhere from 26 to 400. My point of this is, it doesn't matter how many people you have on your team selling or not selling. Be a servant leader. Be a leader that is there to serve your team. Then you will be successful. If you have the mindset that they're not doing enough for you, there's your problem, okay? So help your people build their business. The ones that aren't building their business, let them go. Add more people. Continue the circle. Book, sell, sponsor. Book, sell, sponsor. Someone said, you make it sound so easy. It really is easy. The basic principle of our business, to be successful, you have to add people to your team. You have to duplicate that so that they'll add people to their team, and so on and so forth. Is it not hard work? No, no one ever said that. The principle of it is easy, but it is hard work. You still have to work. You have to put time into it. You have to make contacts. You have to... Here's the other thing. A positive leader doesn't sit and wait for things to happen to them. They work to make things happen for them. Okay? They don't just sit around and wait for change to happen. So if something's not working, say you've done everything that your sponsor has told you to do. And in your words, nothing is working. Try something else. So what? Online parties isn't working for you. Try home parties. You need to find a way to branch out, find something that does work for you, okay? But get that out of your mindset that your team is working for you, because they're not. They are working on building their own business, and only when they build a business will you be successful in yours. Okay, so the other aspect to being a positive leader is is what you show your team. So if your team sees you complaining that you didn't hit a promotion, or if they see you complaining that shipping's taking too long, or if they see you complaining about whatever XYZ it is, they're going to feel that way too. You are their role model. You are setting the tone for the group, for the team. So when you hear other leaders, tell you to be positive about something, or, they try and change your mind about how you're feeling, maybe changing your mind isn't the right way, but they try and talk you down. I've had people tell me I'm too positive before, but let me tell you, being negative solves no problems. Being positive and finding an alternative way to look at something and put an action plan in place is what's going to solve problems. So sit there and have your fit, talk to your sponsor or whoever, but if you do that on your team page, in front of your team, you're setting the tone and the path for them, and they're going to be the same way. So say green is your goal, and you have been trying for months to hit green. That $10,000 seems so far away, and you just are like, I'm never going to get there. Your team is going to feel the same way, and you're never going to get there, because they're going to feel the same way. They're going to feel like pink and blue is so far away, they're never going to get there. So set the tone, set the pace, and think about that when you're posting in your groups, because there's always someone above you, always, except for the people that are way, way at the top, but they still have a whole team to set the pace for. There's always someone above you, so you're affecting their team as well and their pace of their group if you're throwing negative things out there. That's why I hate the sad faces. I hate the word discouraged. I hate the word frustrated. And it's not because I haven't felt those things, because I have. Like at the Black Status Retreat, when I saw those big numbers, and I'm like, what? There's no way. Just for a second, I thought that. But it can happen, okay? So I guarantee you that any Black Status leader will tell you that they've had ups and downs. They've had months, probably half. Derek told us at retreat, and I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure it was less than half have maintained Black every month that since they've hit it. So obviously there are bumps and there are bruises. That's normal. That's normal, but the thing that will separate you is, again, it's your mind, your mindset, and how you're going to deal with growing a business. And that's the other thing. One last thing. So as I'm sitting there thinking about, Black Status 2 being so far away, I got to thinking, who am I to think that this should happen to me so quickly? Who am I? I need to realign my expectations, because if I were in a corporate job, a 9-to-5, and I walked in on a corporate job, I wouldn't expect to be manager. And let's say manager would be equal to our green status level. I wouldn't expect to be manager in a month or two. I wouldn't expect to be CEO being our Black level. I wouldn't expect to be CEO in 6 months, unless I'm working every single day, day in and day out. I'm building relationships. I'm building a sales team. I'm growing a customer base. And by day in and day out, I mean 12-hour days, 7 days a week. Unless you're putting in that kind of time, don't expect to be CEO in 6 months. Realign your expectations. I'm hoping my goal is Black Status 1 within a year. Within a year, so by next January, I was hoping that is my goal for Black Status 1. Who am I to expect 2 and 3 for 3 to 5 years, really? I'm growing a business. I'm building a business that's going to take me to, if I'm going to be growing a multi-million-dollar business, it realistically should take me 3 to 5 years, and that's still really good. Think about in the corporate world, people who work, they go to school for years. They go to school for years and then they build a business for years before they're able to be at the top of a company. So again, I just want to bring light to the fact that this is normal. If you're feeling it, it's happened before. Other people have felt your situation before. I felt it before. I mean, I felt it at other stages too. I remember feeling at orange, I'm like, I'm never going to hit purple. Like my other elite, like I'm like, there's no one in sight. And then all of a sudden, boom, I was purple. So it happens. And it's okay to feel that way, but don't let it sabotage your business. Your brain is a powerful tool. You can do this. I know you can. Yeah, I guess that's it. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this pep talk. It took me about 5,000 outtakes. Probably about 5,000 outtakes. So, okay, talk to you guys later. Bye.